family, day 38. First day of our 3-day fast. We tapped in, did not get much recording today, but yet we still going to put a video together, just kind of summarizing the day. Day one of the fast is Friday. Did not get into the gym, but I did give me a good 2.6 mile run in. Took me about 31 minutes to get that completed. So still was active as well. Good day at work. One thing I am enjoying about the particular work that I'm doing right now is that I'm having time to be able to read more. I stated earlier that this second set of 30 days, I wanted to enhance the mental aspect, which is feeding my mind and reading more. Focused on the spiritual aspect of what it is that I'm developing into, right? So having that time in between what I do day to day to be able to read is a blessing. I'm used to working in certain environments where I'm constantly going, constantly doing whatever it takes to be able to get the job done. So to have a particular employment at this time where I'm able to have those little pockets of time where I can read, I can study, I can do certain things, I'm looking at it as definitely a blessing on this journey. So that's what I'm going to use it for, looking and reading different books. What I'm reading right now is the Book of Five Rings. If you are not familiar with that particular book, it's like a strategy business management book, but it's from a Japanese samurai, which I'm not going to mispronounce his name because I don't have the book on me, so I can't show you what it is. It's actually at my desk at work. But yeah, I'm just reading, studying, learning different things, feeding my mind, and really having a book and reading an actual physical book is something that is becoming a lost art nowadays in some aspects, right? So being able to pick up a book, turn the pages, get off the screen and reading, be able to train your eyes to really look at something physical instead of the digital format is something that I think is also mental development as well. So being able to shift the mind to be able to still read physical paper and physical books, right? So that's the aspect. Working out today, not in the gym, and especially fasting, I'm looking to not be too hard on myself when it comes to while I'm fasting and knowing that I'm not putting food in after a workout. I don't want to go too hard and really deplete my energy to a point where I'm not able to move out, right? So that's why we just did a good run today, 2.6 miles. You can't beat that on a full day of fasted lifestyle today. Moving on to tomorrow. Tomorrow will be day 2. I look to be able to get into the gym tomorrow. Again, not going too crazy, still being active, but yet still putting that work in as well while still being fasted. This is a 3-day fast. It's something that I do monthly. And then, of course, if I decide that based off of what I may done, and if I'm picking up any habits, any food habits, doing certain things or having certain snacks or too much sweets or whatever it may be, I'll do another fast. But so far, this is the beginning of the month, first weekend of the month. So don't get a fast in, right? It's so good because much of what goes into a 3-day fast or any fast that you may do, whether you do 24 hours, 48 hours, 72 hours, you get into your 5-day, your 7-day and more. Fasting is so much of a mental aspect to fasting than it is physical. Yeah, you're going to have hunger pains like today. I definitely was very hungry today, but that was because I ran. And after I ran and used that energy to run, my body was craving to put some energy in because it has learned that after I work out, and this is just my observation, after I work out, I usually have my dinner or my meal for the day. So not doing that, the body is like, okay, we expended this energy, let's refill it, right? So there's those desires, but it's really just mental, right? And it's just about putting yourself in a position that you get everything that you need done and productive so you keep your mind off of eating. Make sure you stay hydrated. And then most importantly, when you do feel those pains and it's getting kind of late where you will be drawn to snack or eat or whatever it may be, get you some rest. Your body needs rest anyway, and your fast is really a rest on your digestive system. So just go ahead and get you some rest. Sleeping is better than eating when it comes to fasting, especially when you're doing it from a spiritual standpoint, and just really not so much the physical side, but when you're doing it from a mental and spiritual upbuilding aspect and trying to redevelop your mind and strengthen your mind and discipline your mind, just go ahead and get you some rest, and you'll realize that, okay, let me just get some sleep, wake up, and then now that day is completed, I can move on to the next day. So that's how I feel like it's going to go. Day 2 will come with its own battles, especially, like I said, working out in the gym, adding some weights to and doing cardio as well. And we'll see how that goes. But definitely in this particular journey of restructuring my life and building a foundation that I feel like is going to be positive and upbuilding and really develop me further along my life journey. Especially at this critical point, like I said, at 35, I'm really looking at who I'm wanting to become. How better do I want to be? And then also, am I really fulfilling my potential, manifesting my potential? And I don't feel like I can do that if I'm out of shape, if I'm not disciplined, if I'm not consistent, if I'm not building the right habits, if I'm not strengthening myself mentally as well as physically and as well as spiritually. I don't believe that I can be the best version of myself that I need to be for my family, for myself, for my people. So that's really why I look at it, right? So that's what we're doing. Day 1 of a 3-day fast is day 38. We 38 days in. We're getting close to halfway through the 90-day challenge, which will be at 45 days, which is also exciting as well. We are on a great winning streak when it comes to self-development right now. So I'm enjoying the momentum. I'm enjoying the path and the new habits that I'm developing with myself. I've been 38 days as of today without eating meat, right? The longest I've been for a long time. I did try to be vegan for a little while. That was an interesting pathway. But like being vegetarian at this point for this long and this clean and this consistent is definitely a win for me. It's a milestone for me. So I'm just keeping up the good work on that. Proud of myself, celebrating that as a win for myself every day. When I overcome the adversities of advertisements and other people and they sharing what they eating and things like that. And it's like, oh yeah, I used to enjoy that. And then sometimes I still have the urge. One of my weaknesses is chicken, fried chicken, specifically chicken wings, right? So every now and then I may think about it, like, yeah, I do want it. But it's one thing to want something and then want for yourself something that much better, which is really having a healthy aspect of life and really having a real quality of life, and knowing that if I do partake in that, that could be taken away from the quality of life that I'm looking to achieve. So I'm just looking big picture right now, right? Like, will this decision actually get me to where I want to go, right? Not falling into the myths of, well, you need some animal protein in order to get to certain levels in your fitness journey. That's proven to me that that's not true, because there's alternatives as far as like plant protein. Me personally, which I do need to get some more of, is I take plant protein when I am able to partake and consume, right? So I'm still getting the right amount of proteins. There's ways to get the protein that you need from vegetables, and different ways of alternative ways of doing it, like the protein as well. So that's what I'm doing. Looking to integrate supplements going forward as well to kind of introduce that aspect of being more healthy and just make sure I'm really giving my body what it needs to be at its optimal health, right? Tomorrow, I'm going to try to get me a physical, get my blood drawn, get my blood work, really get an understanding of my numbers, of like what's my blood pressure, what's my cholesterol, what's my blood sugar, really understand what's going on internally, which is important, so that even though I am embarking on this physical fitness and eating better and all of these type of things as far as lifestyle, I still need to know where I am and then see what needs to be improved. I know just from just looking at myself, I know I wanted to lose weight. That was the biggest thing in this particular 90-day challenge, is I wanted to lose 25 pounds by the end of the year, or by the end of the 90 days. I'm well on that way to doing that. These fasts definitely help with that. Eating clean and sticking with that 1 meal a day, striving not to have too many snacks, and definitely making sure that I'm working out. If I do decide to take a snack or have some extra protein early in through the day, being able to work it off so that it doesn't put me in a calorie surplus where I end up gaining weight, but it keeps me in a calorie deficit so I can continue on the pathway of losing weight. So it's a lot that goes into it, but I'm proud of myself and what I've done so far. I'm proud of everyone that's been watching this journey and supporting the channel and supporting the videos. liking, commenting, and subscribing as well. Continue to do that. We'll name this vlog later. I just wanted to tap in with you. Like I said, we didn't get much recording in today, but I still wanted to document what we did today. Day 1 of a 3-day fast. We're going into day 39 to get day 2 of a 3-day fast completed. Looking to get into getting the physical. And I would just want to encourage men, especially black men, to go find out what's going on with your body, with your blood, know what your numbers are, know what's going on with your body so that you can better enhance it. And really, from a greater standpoint, really be here for your family. You know, you want to know what's going on so that your family knows what's going on as well, so they can better support you in getting you healthy and being able to support you. If something were to happen, everyone is aware of what's going on with you. So tap in, family. Day 38, we moving right along. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.